5.
Test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, well, there you go. People are stealing each other's belts now. Well, Stanley definitely does. He's been asking for it all day. Stanley, the next time you go home, take that pouch and wash it. Because that's disgusting. Get some stain cleaner and go wash it. Jonathan, remember the microphone is on all the time. Do not turn it off. They barely work to begin with without turning them off. Does everybody have a songbook? Need one? Rock and roll. Right, so this is the part where we stand up and get out of the ritual space. Stanley, your sweeper. Viviana, you're doing the water. Gavin, you're handling incense. Bill, you're reading Purpose and Precedent, white scroll. Viviana, you're reading Earth Mother, brown scroll. Jason, you're reading Hermes, gray scroll. Gavin, Grim Reaper Causator, black scroll. Jonathan, you're our seer. Clearly. Who's doing drum? Okay, because I still had Debbie. Jay, you're reading the water part of the cosmos. That's the white and blue scroll. Nancy, you're doing the fire part of the water, the cosmos. That's the white and red scroll. Ray, you're handling remotes?
Yes.
John, opening the gate on the Ancestor Shrine. Gavin, opening the gate on the Nature Shrine. Beej, opening the gate on the Well Shrine, the well. Ray, opening the gate on the fire.
Think so.
Red or orange card.
Yes.
Ray, you're calling in the Liberty?
Yes.
Yellow scroll. John, calling in the Ancestors. Blue scroll. This color blue. Yeah, whatever color it is. Yeah. Gavin, Nature Spirits, green scroll. Nancy, Deities, red scroll. Stanley, American Heroes, light purple scroll. Bill, Ancestors of America, dark purple scroll. Gavin, you're doing the praise that's the handed paper. We are all singing song number 16, Well of Memory. The problem is most of you have never sung it before. Heroes should be light purple. And still, I've got Bill on dark purple. Gavin, you're lugging around the song book or the blessings. All right. For those of you who have never been to our ritual in person before, welcome to our disaster. We do not cast a circle for those who've done other kinds of rituals. What we do is we call in a gatekeeper. The gatekeeper's job as a deity is to keep the space safe, both from spiritual things and from people who cause trouble, but apparently not from electronics that want to get staticky in the wind. Restrooms are right there in that little window right there. Turn left and turn left through the door. Please remember that I am on a septic. That means do not put giant wads of toilet paper in there. You will ruin my septic and it'll cost me hundreds of dollars to get it fixed. And make sure everything flushes down. That means toilet paper only. Smoking. Anybody a smoker? Nope. Problem solved. Next thing. Ritual participation. Our growth philosophy is that this is public worship done together. So that means you are doing your own part. I'm not doing a ritual for you. You're taking your part of it. Participate as much or as little as you'd like. Please be respectful. Feel free to sit on the side. Jay took that option last time. Perfectly okay to sit down. There's nobody online, so I don't need to worry about keeping your mic mute. Limit conversation during ritual so that people can pay attention to the ritual. Don't care about that, Ren. Just a reminder, we are on YouTube. If you don't want your face on YouTube, let me know, and we'll try to make sure we're not pointed at you while we're doing stuff. My online stuff. If you have any physical limitations and you need some help, let us know so that we can help you out. Jason, we already know your physical limitations, but let us know. All right. Order of service. In the front of your songbook, hold up the front of the songbook for me. There's a 2-page order of service. It has things like little people standing up and little eyeballs. The little eyeballs means look at the chalkboard that nobody put any chalk on.
Exactly.
The little standing up people means stand your butt up if you can. If you are having problems with your back, your knees, your elbows, or whatever, and you can't stand up, feel free to stay seated. Jason, I totally want to see you up and about on these. As always, as you are able. All right. You also see some things in there that have to do with things like the word chant. I think there's some stuff like repeat. Apparently we don't have it. If people raise their hands and say, be welcome among us, you should be repeating, be welcome among us. The whole point is we want the gods and the goddesses and the beings that we invite to our ritual heroes. And fuck the neighbors. Blessings. Part of ritual is we give our offerings so that we can get offerings. And it's not like we're putting money into a vending machine. We give so that they are able to give. They give our energy, they give energy back. It's a constant exchange. There is a 3-part questionnaire when we do the blessings. You'll be asked if it is your will to receive the blessings. You'll notice that there is an answer in here. It is. You'll be asked if you will accept these blessings without remorse, recrimination, or regret. That means no whining about stuff that the deities decided to give you, no complaining. They know better than we do what we need. The answer we should say is we will, and then it says, ask of your own free will, give us the waters, we will consecrate the waters, and then we will share them around. Chants. Give us the waters. These are things that you are encouraged on there to follow everybody else as we're doing. Great. Song numbers. We will tell you, I will tell you as we're doing ritual what song we're on. All but the last song that we just shoved in the book has a number on it because I printed them all out and didn't realize they were the ones without the number on it. So is what it is. I'll fix it later. I will give you a minute to find the song. Try to follow along. They're pretty simple songs. Sacrifice. Sacrifice means to make sacred. That means giving a gift, taking it out of the mundane world and putting it in the spiritual world. There are no take backs. So if you're sacrificing something, be aware that you're not getting it back. If you're setting something up for display, those are clearly things you can take back, but actual offerings are offerings. There are fire, fountain, and 2 shrines that you can make offerings to. Please be aware what you're putting in what. Don't put oil in my water wells. You'll screw up my pump, and then we won't have really cool pumps of water rushing around. If you're putting stuff in the fire, please be aware that wine does not burn, and it will put out the fire, so no splashing wine all over my fire. And beer, the same thing. If you want to offer them, pour them around the fire pit. Just pour them on the ground. If you are making offerings to the Ancestor Shrine, please do not pour anything directly on the fire. It's a gas fire. You'll put it out, and then you'll have gas blowing all over the place. Not good. But there are 2 little bowls, the little Mickey Mouse ears on the edges you can put offerings into. Durable items, things such as those really nifty rocks can be left either in one of the wells or around the sides. We will incorporate them into the ritual, into the space. If it's something bigger, we've had people offer like necklaces. You'll notice there are decorations buried in the stones.
In my dog, pieces of his hair. Sands back.
Anything more adorable that we can't incorporate will be buried under the fire pit and become a permanent part of the ritual space that way. Like I said, they're not ours. That's online stuff. Remember, anytime you're making an offering, anytime you see anybody else making an offering, please say, accept this sacrifice.
Oh, goofball.
Raise your hand. We don't care. First offerings. There will be 2 offering sections. The first offering will be for our ancestors. Please do not make any personal offering for. Would you guys quit? I will beat you both.
He has the equipment.
I will start with you.
He has the equipment.
Because you instigated. You are not innocent either. Right. Guest of honor. Once we're done with the guest of honor, we'll have a second opportunity for offerings that are personal offerings, somebody that you're connected to personally. With one exception tonight, we will be inviting our personal ancestors to our ritual space. Grab a candle when it's time. Grab an offering that you're going to offer them. You're going to come up. I'm going to ask you, to whom do you call? Grammy Smith. How will we know her? She's really tall. She's got a loud mouth. She smokes a lot, but she's awesome to play cards with. Grammy Smith, who plays cards when she's cussing like a sailor, be welcome among us. Light the candle, put the offering, set it up on the shrine. Those are both off. So it's either one of the headsets or it's Ray's set.
Mine's off.
Yours is off? I don't know which one's picking it up because mine doesn't sound like I'm barely talking at all. Offerings. Blessings. It's bubbly fruit juice of some sort or another. There you go. Apple cranberry something. There you go. Donations are greatly appreciated. Everything you see here has been accomplished or acquired through donations. Last but most important, please turn your cell phone off or mute it so that we can get on with ritual. Hey, John, I'm reminding you to turn off your phone. Hey, let's make a circle. If you move the circle over there on Jason. Move the circle onto Jason.
It's the migration. The Great Migration is underway. Yes,
All right,
weird.
let's settle down.
Freaking weirdos.
I call on the bards of old, great inspirators. May you bless us with honeyed lips. May our lips drip with honey. May our tongue be as swift as silver. May we speak loudly. May we speak clearly. May we be heard, and may what we speak come back to us. May we be blessed, and may we draw blessings to those who participate in this ritual. So be it.
So weird.
And I call on the gods of
Really eager.
technology. May the bandwidth get its shit together. May our
Jason.
ritual broadcast for those who couldn't be here. May our ritual be wonderful for those of us who are here. And may we get done soon so I can eat some lunch because I am thirsty and hungry. May this technology set up with us. So be it.
Sweet.
Whose phone is jingling? All
There's
right.
a jingle.
Everybody except for our cleansing people, head over to the entrance, please.
Cleanse Gnostic.
No, he's fine. They will cleanse him as they go. I can't leave ritual and hold the camera at the same time, dude. Except for you need to come closer this way because we just lost the signal.
Crap! Wi-Fi.
Stanley. I want to see two hands. No, you don't. Go to the fire, though. That's why you're supposed to do it at the fire. I don't have one.
Page is plus add to a bad book.
They got it. Throw them away, please.
Water.
Yeah, it's really slow.
There's a lot of objects in the way.
That's fine. This side is my better side, I think. This has got that big patchy spot that doesn't grow.
Always get your good side. Show that Hollywood smile.
Somebody's picture.
Secure the pictures.
Yeah, go ahead real quick.
I make a bad joke earlier. Gale blowing through.
Clearly you did, and now look at the trouble you've caused.
Well, I'm an earth snake, so havoc follows me. Somebody's ancestor was just nervous. It was their first ritual.
By the light of the fire, these stones are made whole and holy. This is a sacred space. Let all thoughts and words beyond this point focus on the sacred. Work, finances, household obligations have no place in this sanctuary. Anger, fear, frustration have no place in this sanctuary. Hatred, spite, infatuation have no place in this sanctuary. Leave them and all that would hinder our work here among the profane. And as you enter the space, may this blessed water from the nature shrine purify your body, and may this fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. I think it's burned out. May the water purify your body. May the fire ignite your spirit. May the water purify your body.
Well, that blows. Again.
May the fire ignite your spirit.
Stop the banjos. Quit blowing.
It's out.
At least I'm not breaking any windows.
I already got that.
I'm breaking spiritual banjos. So one of them is still doing it. The other one's out.
Come we now as a people to gather at the sacred well. Come we now as a people to gather in the warmth and the light of the flame. Come we now as a people to gather at the sacred well. Come we now as a people to gather in the warmth and the light of the flame. Come we now as a people to gather at the sacred well. Come we now as a people to gather in the warmth and the light of the flames. Please remain standing as you are able. We come to this place to venerate the mighty kindreds. May we be blessed by those denizens of the many realms as we give praise and offering in their honor on this sacred day. We are here to honor the kindreds.
We are here to honor the kindreds.
And we begin with Viviana, acknowledging the host of all Druid rites. So let us share in this grain. As we lift our voices to song number 4, we are one with the mother. We are one with the mother, we are one with the earth. Gavin.
We are one
With each other by our lives, by our birth. We are one with the mother, we are one with the earth. We are one with each other, take some by our lives, by our birth. We are one with the mother, we are one with the earth. You'll get yours after, because you're going to read the song. By our lives, by our birth. We are one with the mother, we are one with the earth. We are one with each other by our lives, by our birth. We are one with the mother, we are one with the earth. We are one with each other by our lives, by our birth.
Great grandmother of many, you were who were first in this land. It was you who knew the hearts of Wolf and his brother Coyote, and it was through your wisdom that you chose Coyote to bear the sack containing all of the people, and it was you who knew that at the crucial moment, Coyote would open the sack, releasing the people upon the earth. So too it was you who knew that though many of the people would be scattered like seeds on the wind, the last out of the sack would remain here, in this place, walking in your footsteps. So too do we, a new people, walk here, where your feet once compressed the earth. And we too give you our love and our honor, and look to your wisdom to guide our steps. Great grandmother of the earth, we honor you.
Great grandmother of the earth, we honor you. And now Jason will lead us as we turn our attention to our patron and his shrine. Did we set out offering for him?
Oh, yeah.
Designed so that you can walk around with it.
O silver-tongued messenger of the gods, I call to you who are guardian, guide, and patron of this grove. Far-traveling luck-bringer, you shrine in your presence. We welcome you to our sanctuary. Swift-footed Hermes, your presence is welcome.
Swift-footed Hermes, your presence is welcome. You may be seated. It is time for us to take a moment to contemplate the season and the reason for this rite, as Bill explains. Somebody give him a microphone, please. Stanley. Ray, help Jason so he doesn't crash.
Hey, thanks for coming.
The wheel of the years continue to turn. During one year, closing and preparation for the opening of the next. And here we stand on the cusp, the lip, the edge, the now on the border between what was and what will be. Today, we are neither here nor there, standing instead in the twilight between old and new. In ancient times, people understood borders and boundaries. They understood that beyond these lines of demarcation were other beings, gods, goddesses, demigods, all sorts of spirits of the natural world, and perhaps most disturbing, the shades of those who have passed beyond these boundaries, leaving us behind. Priestesses, and priests, druids, seers, shamans, and other wise and learned leaders, studying the signs and calculated the days. They created calendars as they could, as accurately as possible, identifying these powerfully magic in-between times in order to prepare their people to receive these other beings with joy and safety. These particular magical boundaries have been marked by many cultures and known by many names: Day of the Dead, All Saints' Day, and Samhain, among others. Now as darkness becomes more powerful, stealing ever more time of light, as the sweet winds of autumn give way to the bitter blasts of winter, as tortoises, lizards, and other denizens of our desert hunker down into the warmth of their burrows, as plastic armored warriors meet on fields and frozen lakes to compete in old rivalries, and as students seriously buckle down to their studies abuzz with the season's candy treats, we gather at our tables laden with the bounties of last year. Our settings are placed and the food is warm and ready. We are prepared to light the candles and throw open the doors to receive guests long gone. This year, as last, darkness has been upon us, unabated and unnoticeable in the sky, as many more people have passed beyond our world than have ever gone before without war's influence and action. For each life lost, too, one we shed tears even as we look with hope to a healthy future. And yet we know that they are all just beyond our reach, not so far away, and still available to hear our words.
So let us lift our voices as one folk as we make our offerings with reverence and in joy. And now we recall the cosmos as it was in the beginning, and through our collective memory, let it be born anew. But let us begin before the beginning with Gavin calling a causator.
O great reaper of lives, you who stalk silently through our world, a scythe-bearing menace answering an unspoken call in a cloak of darkness that hides your clotted, rotted remains. Harbinger, harvester, psychopomp, grim reaper, come into our sanctuary, dark collector, and aid us as we renew the cosmos. Through you, let the present and the beginning merge. Let the sanctuary become as the mundi, the omphalos, the center of all.
Settle yourself, my friends. Get comfortable. Now take a deep breath. Slow down. Slow down. As you exhale, let your mind empty. Let thoughts and worries flow outward with your breath. Breathe again, pulling in the world, and let your cares drift away. Breathe. Now cast your mind back, back, back. Let your mind wander into the deep dark.
Gathered in a lifeless ball, churning with heat, pulsing with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Then the earth heaved and the elements separated, and above the roiling mass, clouds gathered. Beginning as thin wisps of moisture drifting, the growing mist joined and ascended until the sky above thickened with the evaporated liquids, drawing a blanket across the newly formed firmament. And these clouds, too, took up the pulse of the cosmos. Then from the darkness, the gathered waters fell. Coming first as a fine mist to cool and soothe, the gentle rains grew into a mighty deluge, covering the raw, stratified earth in a thick layer of frothing liquid. And these waters took up the heartbeat, ebbing and flowing, a steady balm on the world.
Then, above the throbbing pulse, the sky grumbled, and the light flashed. In the thick, dark clouds, tentative flickers sparked randomly, and grumbles echoed ominously, until the night was dark and silent no more. Then the light reached out with forked fingers to stroke the waters and prod the land not yet covered. And in that moment, the land and the waters were joined with the fires from the skies above. And the heartbeat of the cosmos pulsed throughout the new world until life filled all of the realms. And the day began.
It's got a chin strap.
And so here we are at the present, which is the beginning. The cosmos is renewed, and we are rewoven into it. Above, below, between. As it was then, as it is now.
Newly born and forever in existence, these hallows in our sanctuary, well, fire pit, and shrines, mark the center of our cosmos, to which all things are connected. Now gather yourselves, my friends, and let us get our powers pumping for the work ahead by singing song number 17, the one with no numbers in it, Crossroads. And I need a songbook, please. Will we meet at the crossroads where our hallows stand? Center of the cosmos, beginning and the end. There are ways leading outward to the many lands. If we meet at the crossroads with offerings in hand. Now there's a way going westward toward the setting sun. There's a way going westward where the shades belong. We will all travel onward when our time has come. Down that lane going westward into the great beyond. And there's a way going eastward through a hidden veil. There's a way going eastward where the fairies dwell. There are gnomes, wights, and dryads, leprechauns as well on that path going eastward into a secret vale. So come meet at the crossroads where our hallows stand. Center of the cosmos, beginning and the end. There are ways leading upward to the many lands where we meet at the crossroads with offerings in hand. Now there's a way going downward beneath the fertile sweet. There's a way going downward where hidden treasures keep. Divine hammers with sparks crash and leap by that stream flowing downward into the molten deep. And there's a way going upward where azure clouds lie. There's a way going upward where royal chariots fly, with offerings and omens from messengers on high, through the flames soaring upward to castles in the sky. So let's meet at the crossroads where our hallows stand, center of the cosmos, beginning and the end. There are ways leading outward to the many lands where we meet at the crossroads with offerings in hand. And there's a way swirling roundward beyond the sodden dune. There's a way swirling roundward morning, night, and noon. Among reefs, caves, and trenches, ruled net and harpoon, on the Thames soaring roundward, following the moon. And there are stones at the center, a sacred peristyle. There are stones at the center where tricksters may beguile the weary and unwary who tarry for a while at the intersected center of the transcendental mile. Still we're here at the crossroads where our hollows stand, center of the cosmos, beginning and the end. There are ways leading outward to the many lands as we wait at the crossroads with offerings in hand. Yes, we're here at the crossroads, center of the cosmos. Oh, we're here at the crossroads with offerings in hand. Newly born and forever in existence, these hallows in our sanctuary, well, fire pit, and shrines have already been mentioned. Apparently it didn't flip pages, sorry. Hold on to that power moment and all that energy. Don't laugh it all out. We need that energy. For it is time to stir the energies of creation as they sleep in their places. Let us join our powers to open the gates and the ways marked by these hallows, that they may link us directly to the realms beyond. And we will begin to that. But Gavin can't do it either. He's got the other one. Give it to Ray. Stanley's not doing anything. Try to get it where people are. Got your microphone? We need like 7 more microphones. I don't know which one's picking up interference right now.
Oh, shift, dark soil, last cover of the day. Shake the stones, loosen the loam. To the left and to the right, to the front and to the rear. Shift and rend. Shift and rend. Shift and rend. Shift and rend. Reach westward in your dark rending.
Shift
Dark
and
soil,
rend.
traveling to the very ends of the earth.
Shift and rend. Shift and rend. Shift and rend. Shift and rend.
Form a
Shift
fissure,
and rend.
branching ever westward.
Shift and
Press out
rend.
the bedrock, the
Shift
shearing
and
wall,
rend.
and let the
Shift
abyss
and
appear.
rend. Shift and rend.
Let the gate
Shift.
to the underworld, the realm of the dead, be open.
Let the gates be open.
To all the spirits of the mountains.
Gavin, card. Gate. Not invocation, gate. You need a key. You don't need the scroll. There you go. You got it.
Oh, shimmer enchanted cloak, first veil of life.
You need a wand.
Billow the barrier, sever the threads. To the rear, to the front, to the right, to the left. Stretch and tear.
Stretch and tear. Stretch and tear.
Look
Stretch
eastward in
and
your
tear.
tearing, enchanted cloak,
Stretch
traveling to the very
and tear.
origins of the earth.
Stretch. Tear.
Stretch and tear.
Stretch.
Form a rend,
and tear.
splitting ever
Stretch
eastwards.
and
Press
tear.
out the fabric and rippling
Stretch
sheets,
and tear.
and the occult
Stretch
appear.
and tear.
Let the
Stretch
gates to the ethereal
and
world,
tear.
the realm of the
Stretch
noble ones,
and tear.
be open.
Let the gate be open.
I gather this perpetual fire, that its flame may blaze the way to the crossroads.
I draw up this spring water, that its flow may usher the way to the crossroads.
Where's your key? Hold on to it. Just stay there and hold on to it. Nope, not that one. The well was very deep and I had to find some water. Oh, churn mighty waters, soothing balm of the world. Toss the waves and stir the currents. To the west, to the south, to the east, to the north. Churn and turn, churn and turn, churn and turn, churn and turn, churn and turn. Drain deep mighty waters into the very bowels of the earth. Churn and turn, churn and turn, churn and turn. Form a whirlpool spinning ever downwards. Press out the cooling liquid in rushing walls and let a tunnel appear. Churn and turn, churn and turn, churn and turn. Let the way to the netherworld, the domain of the earth deities, be open.
Let the ways be open.
There's no good direction.
It keeps swirling. It will, right there.
Oh, stir, mighty fires, give from
Hold on
the
to it.
skies above. Let the air stir the wind. To the east, to the south, to the west, to the north. Twist and burn.
Twist and burn, 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 twist and burning, twist and burn, twist and burn.
Let the ways to the heavens, the domain of the sky deity, be open.
Let the ways be open. And let this giant skull stand this reminder of what lies below. Stand with us at the center of these ways. Let it glow with an inner light, but without a light. That all kindred might see and know that this is a crossroads between the ways. And now, as you have aided, so it is. The ways are open.
The ways are open.
And the ways stand open at this intersection, yet we remain firm on the land which is our home, on the earth. Let us sound out a call and issue invitations to our kindreds, that they may join us here at the crossroads, the center, which is the beginning, the present, the end. But first, Ray will call on a gatekeeper, a guardian, to stand at the center and ward these crossroads to the realms.
We call to you now, O chain breaker, guardian of freedom, come into our sanctuary. Sword wielding heroine, draped in ancient dress of red and white, draw your star-spangled shawl protectively tighter.
Just throw them in the fire.
Torch-bearing guide of reason, radiating brightly with the purity of your cause. Lift your beacon for all to see.
Can you lay them right on top? Just put them on top. Put them on top. There they go. There they go.
Fierce straddler of boundaries, ever on your guard against oppression and tyranny. Turn your watchful gaze our way. O far-seer, splendid, bright, glorious torchbearer, we call to you, powerful, uncompromising, guardian, liberty, torchbearer, liberty, be welcome among us.
Torch-bearing liberty, be welcome among us. It only flashes on for a second. It doesn't stay on. Mighty Chainbreaker, we are entrusting you with these keys to our sanctuary, and pray you stand vigil before these opened ways during our rite. Keep watch, liberty, that the flames do not burn out of control, that the whirlpool does not rise out of the well, and that the unwelcome, the dangerous, the inimical pass not into this space to disrupt our worship. There is some magical secret to hanging them all. Now let us call in our beloved Kindreds with song number 7, Kindreds 3. May you come down from the mountain, may you come across the sea, may you gather near unto us, and be welcome, kindreds 3. From the blood that flows within us, to the heart that beats the same, all the souls who've gone before us are the kin from which we came. So you honored ancient wise ones who have gone across the sea, return to be among us, ancestors welcome be. Hear the souls of trees and mountains dancing to the river song, and the beasts who fill our world, forces we rely upon. You great souls of green and wild things, who we sense but rarely see, draw nearer to our fire. Nature's spirits welcome thee. They are the oldest of the powers, from them all life did rise. Some we know and some we don't know, still we look up to the skies. All you gods who live among us, in the earth and in the sea, we your children call out to you, shining ones welcome thee. So may you come down from the mountain, may you come across the sea, may you gather nearer to us, and be welcome, kindreds three. My friends, please stand as you are able. Now let us turn our attention to the Ancestor Shrine as John calls the Ancient Ones. Find any tension at all in the middle.
To all those whose bones lie in this land, whose hearts are tied to it, whose memory holds it, ancient tribes of this place, we offer you welcome. To all of our grandparents and great-grandparents, our own beloved dead, blood kin and heart kin, ancient tribes of blood, we offer you welcome. To all those elder wise ones who guide their people, poets and seers, judges and magicians, wise women and men of ancient days, we offer you welcome. Ancient ones, be welcome among us.
Ancient Ones, be welcome among us. And now let us turn our attention to the Nature Spirit Shrine as Gavin calls to the Noble Ones.
To all the spirits of the mountains and trees, all you ancient and bearded fathers, to subtle and spry children, spirits of the land, we offer you welcome. To all the spirits of rivers and streams, to the cloud sisters and the rain sisters, to fresh spring daughters, to spirits of the waters, we offer you welcome. To all the spirits of the creatures of the earth, you beasts who walk or fly or crawl or swim, spirits of the creatures, we offer you welcome. Noble ones, be welcome among us.
Noble Ones, be welcome among us. We'll work on it. Finally, let us return our attention to the Sacred Center as Nancy calls the Shining Ones. She needs a microphone though. Stanley, you can't do the microphone in the camera.
To all the primordial ones, progenitors of all that is, oldest of old, shapeless and faceless, powers of all, most ancient of immortals, we offer you welcome.
Is it oil or is it alcohol?
To all the shining deities, first children of the mother, wisest and mightiest, loving and comforting, deathless deities, we offer you welcome.
Somebody's thirsty.
To the divine beings of this place, ancient and powerful, known to us or unknown. Holy guardians of this place, we offer you welcome. Shining ones, be welcome among us.
Shining ones, be welcome among us. My friends, we have come to the most important part of our rite. In a moment, we will invite the guests of honor to their seat and their other seat and offer them our gifts and our praises. Before we do that, though, let us take a moment to gather up that which we will offer. We have many items available in the sanctuary which are appropriate for offerings. If you would have an offering, if you would like to make an offering at your personal shrine, if you'd like to do it on your own, do it on your own. For the rest of you, go get your offerings. Please remember to grab a candle. I had like 4 pieces. Because it was almost out.
Like, I think you could,
I want to grab a couple.
if they're wildly different.
Just sit it down.
Know each other, maybe.
Why do you think it's on a tripod?
Want one for-
Just kind of aim it at the ritual space and set it down.
Oh, I'm saying if you just want to do your parents, you could probably group them together. If you're doing but if there's an individual you want to send out, you can. And you can do lots of angles. However. Whatever works for you.
John, you can't control me.
Pick the color that speaks to you,
It was fine.
or for the person that you're following.
Not even remotely. It's eucalyptus on the floor. Sometimes. Nice mix of herbs. Sure. You have somebody in specific? Raise got a later.
I could borrow the one off the Hermes shrine too.
You can say one, you can say none at all. It's all completely up to you. Lilac.
Cedar.
Oh. Couldn't read it. Oh, that's nice. It's got some juniper in it. What's that? What is it?
Orange.
That's a lot. Remember, we don't want to clog up the fire pit. So part of the object is set the offering with the ancestor, but you can also make an offering at the main one if you need to, or if you want to do it. I'd rather, as much as possible, we do it at the Ancestor Shrine. This one is not worth keeping either. Oh, well, then save that for the collective part. This is for individuals. This is for Grammy and Grandpa or whoever. That's for the collective.
I don't know.
So two different kinds of offerings.
All I brought. I don't know.
Three different kinds of offerings today.
I don't know.
Jay, you can set that down if you need to set it for a few minutes. How are we doing? We're pretty close to ready. Friends, please bring your attention back to the sacred center. If you need more time to collect your offering gifts or to arrange an offering on your behalf, please continue, blah, blah, blah. It is time to call our guests of honor, and your attention and energies will make it easier for them to join us. Don't get excited about that yet. We have to read scrolls first. Welcome to the divine beings, the heroes and honored dead, and the fairies, gnomes, and other beings of nature. To all of you who have gathered somewhere at our sanctuary, we pray you join us in giving worth to the guests of honor of this holy rite in our sanctuary. My friend, the ways stand open and broadly are the ways are open, and broadly open invitations have been sent to all of our kindreds. Now let us get specific. Let us remember individual ancestors, ones who helped us form this great nation, ones whose heroism sent them too soon from this world, ones whom we are connected through their works, beliefs, and actions, and the ones whose blood still runs in our veins. For this, Stanley will call some American heroes.
Up on you. Are you flat?
Turn around.
I call to all American heroes, past, unknown, known and unknown. I begin with warriors like General Daniel Chappie James Jr., veteran fighter, pilot of 3 wars, and first African American to achieve the highest rank of U.S. military, 4-star general. Sergeant Alvin York, World War I conscientious objector who, when faced with death, saved an entire division. Medal of Honor winner Peter Lemon, whose actions saved many in the Vietnam War. And next, turn to statesmen like Thomas Jefferson, visionary and signer of the Declaration of Independence. George Washington, great general and first president. Abraham Lincoln, visionary and purveyor of justice whose work outlawed slavery. Finally, to the social heroes like Harvey Milk, the first openly gay elected public official. Jesse Owens, the fastest runner of his time, who, as a man of color, defied Hitler and the white supremacists to win his Olympic races. And John Allen Campbell, the first governor of Wyoming Territory, who approved the first law in U.S. history, explicitly granting women the right to vote. All you heroes, though imperfect mortals, forge ahead against the odds to make this country a better place for generations to come. Be welcome among us.
Be welcome among us.
Come among us.
And Bill will call some ancestors of America. Microphone.
I call to the lesser known ancestors of America. You, Elizabeth Freeman, who successfully sued for your freedom. You, Alice Paul, who fought for women's suffrage. You, Mildred and Richard Loving, who earned your right to marry. We honor you, who held the mirror of justice to our national face, that those that came after might not suffer your same scars and pain. You, Sacagawea, who were the voice and face of Lewis and Clark expedition. You, Marie Tharp, who helped fully map the ocean's floor. You, Neil Armstrong, who first set foot on the moon. We honor you, who traversed the land, sea, and sky, that those that came after might reach ever further. You, Louis Latimer, who made the light bulb shine more than just a few nights. You, Carice Crosby, who freed women from the confines of corsets. You, Chester Carlson, who brought copying to the masses. We honor you, whose ingenuity cured everyday frustrations, that those who came after might aspire, unencumbered, to even greater accomplishments. Ancestors of America, be welcome among us.
Ancestors of America, be welcome among us. Now, let us gather and call to our individual ancestors, those who we knew, those who we would like to have known, those whose lives have inspired us, and those whose lives have brought us to the place we are tonight. I invite you then to line up over here and come forward to name an ancestor you'd like to invite to our ritual tonight.
What is that? Lighting the candles.
Why make the new girl go first? Stanley, get over here. No, they need to know what you're doing, so get over here so they can see what's going on. Don't make the new lady go first, honestly. To whom do you call?
I'm gonna call my great grandparents, Vesta and Al Campbell. Yeah.
And how shall we know them?
Well, Al was like kind of stoic, and Vesta was kind of a high fashion person. French
And
person.
what did you bring them?
Candy.
That's them. You didn't bring your grandparents an offering?
I thought that was the.
You just said that that was a generic offering for all the ancestors. Well, this is your specific ancestor. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm gonna call my indigenous ancestors.
Well, those are separate. Those will be on the big F. So, sorry, Grammy and Grandpa, great Grandma and Grandpa Viv and Vesta and Al. Stanley is bringing himself as an offering. Be welcome among us. And to whom do you call?
I call upon Grandma Anna.
And how should we know her?
We shall know her by her constant jokes and the notebook that she always keeps on her person.
And what did you bring her?
I brought her her favorite soda, Squirt.
Squirt. Awesome. Grandma Anna, with the laughter and the jokes, be welcome among us.
Welcome among us.
Just set it in front of the camera. Enjoy your soda. And to whom do you call?
Call my parents.
And how shall we know them?
My mother is named Jerry. She was 4'11", and my dad's name was Van, and he was 6 foot, and they did everything together. So that's why they're sharing a camp.
And what did you bring them?
Brought them quality alcohol.
More than one, Stanley. The wind is too much for just one. Pick up the other one behind your heel. Heel. Sorry, wind issues. Lost their names.
Jerry, Van.
Jerry and Van, Jeff and Mutt, tall and short. Jerry's parents, be welcome among us. Parents, right?
John.
And to whom do you call?
I had my great grandmothers, Alice and Anna. Alice is very well traveled. She would have been all over the place. And Anna would be a large Polish woman with curly hair.
And what did you bring them?
Some of the flowers, crystal.
Oh, wonderful. You give that. Give me. There you go. To Anna and Alice, rambling around the universe now, be welcome among us. Did you get to light? Try tipping the candle, dude. Step back. Yeah, grab another one. The wick on that one needs to be toss it. Just sit it on the side and toss it. Got it. And to whom do you call?
First, my Nana, my grandmother.
And how shall we know her?
She's short. She's curly, just like me.
And
She's funny and she's Irish.
Irish. And what did you bring her?
I brought her some flowers and some tea. I also want to call my mother.
You're going to make me remember two things at once.
Yes, I am.
Right.
Who's also Irish, short, not curly. My mother never met a stranger. Everyone she met was her friend. She was just that type of person.
And what did you bring her? What did you bring her? Awesome. To Nana and Mom, who are both short Irish ladies who have lots of friends. Be welcome among us.
Be welcome among us.
You can set it right in front of the yellow one.
Stanley, your grandparents healed it.
Well, Stanley didn't bring him a gift, so I mean, just saying. To whom do you call?
The first one is going to be for my stepdad,
And how should we know him?
short cowboy, with quite an attitude. Without him, I would not be who I am today.
And what did you bring him?
I brought him a shot.
In the shop. I'll help you with that. To Dad with the attitude and the cowboy hat, be welcome among us.
You're welcome among us. This next one is for Nancy's dad.
And how will we know him?
He is a great big, tall, white-haired Portuguese. Great guy.
And what did you bring in?
I brought him a shot of vodka. That's what he drank.
All right.
So, Jason,
To Jason is a shot of vodka for a good day. Be welcome among us. And to whom do you call?
I'm calling.
You're
calling
going to
all-
insist on using this one, huh?
There's a whip there.
Who are you
I'm
calling?
calling on the. I'm calling on all those ladies that at some point acted or were mom. That those women that would be known for nurturing me and bringing out the best in me, and helping make me who I am. They were known by their varied interests, teaching me to cook, teaching me about nature, teaching me how to grow things, teaching me just how to be the best me I could. And
To all the moms, what did you bring her?
I have, there's flowers and cinnamon, because there's different people, so there's something different for each one of them, a flower, a service thing.
To all the moms who made Gavin who he is today, be welcome among us.
Welcome among us.
And to whom do you call?
My father, who I miss every day, which could still be here,
And how will we know him?
by his foul mouth.
And what did you bring him?
I brought him some whiskey, his favorite alcohol. Not his favorite kind of whiskey, but we were short on selections.
To Jason's foul mouth dad, be welcome, Gary. Be welcome among us. Did we miss anyone? Are you calling anyone tonight?
This one's personal, the second half.
Okay. To whom do you call?
I'm calling my dad.
And how will we know him?
He's short, Cherokee, looks a little bit like Elvis.
And what did you bring him?
And I brought him some chundabaca. Like I do.
To the Cherokee Elvis, who's not really Elvis, be welcome among us.
welcome among us.
Who do you call?
My mom.
How would we know her?
Her red hair being very loud.
And what do you bring her?
Wine.
Lena, dang it.
Give me the microphone.
When?
Who are we calling?
Blow it clean out.
My mom. When?
I missed what the description was.
Her red hair and being loud.
What did you bring her?
Wine.
To the other loud redhead, be welcome among us. Did everybody get a chance to light something? Does anybody else need to call anybody?
BJ, who do you call?
Call Joe, my uncle.
How do we know? How would we know him? Or by?
He's a really big man with a lot of attitude and a big heart and arrogance on top of it all. And he was one of those we lost this year through COVID.
We said, Joe, what?
That other Irish guy, Joe, who's got an attitude.
Yeah, there's Joe that has an attitude.
Be welcome among us.
Big welcome among us.
Does anybody else want to light a candle tonight? Any other invitations before we move on to open invitations?
Yeah, looks like Gavin's coming.
Gavin's got somebody. To whom do you call?
Well, I did one to the women in my life. I'm going to do one for the men. So I was lucky enough that I'm the product of more than one ancestor. And in my meditation this morning, I greeted my ancestors and they said, I called them ancestors, my family that I saw on the other side, and they called me their ancestor. And I realized it's a circle, we come back. And so the ancestors that we are may later be the ancestors of.
Thank you.
And got some whiskey,
We brought some whiskey.
because all of them would have enjoyed it.
To all the men who've made Gavin who he is today, his ancestors, we welcome among us. Any other individuals tonight? And we are going to move back over to the center. O brave heroes, inspirational predecessors, and beloved dead. Behold, we have gifts for all of you. May you bask in our praises and accept that which we offer. My friends, now is the time for us to individually present offerings to our American heroes and the antecedents of America, as well as offerings to those personal ancestors you've invited. If you want to make an extra offering to them, you can at the central place. Please hold offerings for anyone other than ancestors until afterwards. Come on up and offer to all of our American ancestors. Don't all run at once. Accept his sacrifice.
Wow. Green flames.
Try not to kill the fire.
Pine flames. That's new.
We're killing it. Just watch the alcohol.
For those who built all it is that we take for granted, create the abundance that we now enjoy. Take for granted. Thank you.
Accept this sacrifice.
This sacrifice.
Accept this sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
This sacrifice.
You don't know what that was, but the fire didn't like it a lot. What's that? Oh, maybe it's very watery now.
I want to call my, pardon not very many, but my indigenous ancestors. I offer this cornmeal to my indigenous ancestors.
Accept this sacrifice.
Accept this sacrifice. To all my ancestors that I did not call when I called my father, accept my sacrifice.
Accept this sacrifice. No other offerings for the ancestors in general? For all those that made this country what it is today, good, bad, and otherwise? Accept this sacrifice.
Just sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Let us take a moment of silence to remember our beloved dead and those who have stepped into the great beyond. Gavin, would you like to give us one last speech and offering? Well, it's kind of an ancestor. I just had open ancestor offerings, so do it now or do it when we have the open opens. Well,
These aren't my words. These are Henry Scott Holland's words, but death is
Somebody
nothing
has
at all. I've only slipped away into the next room. And I am I, and you are you. And whatever we were to each other, that we still are. Call me by my own familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without effect, without the trace of shadow on it. God, life means all that it ever meant. It is the same that it ever was. There is an absolute, unbroken continuity. Why should I be put out of mind because I am out of sight? I am but waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere, very near, just around the corner. All is well.
accept the sacrifice.
Accept his sacrifice.
If you will take a look in your songbook at song number 16, this is going to be a 2-round song. The first round through, you're going to listen. The second time, you're going to join in. You're going to lead. Give him the second. Go.
Calm down, buddy. You're too excited.
Look into
the well of memory.
look into
Look into the well of time.
look into
Look into the well of ages.
I am yours.
You are mine. Listen to the ancient stories. Listen to the ancient songs. Listen to the ancient wisdom. I go on,
You go on. Deep within
our hearts are beating. Deep within our hearts we know. Our descendants will remember. Our love flows, your love flows. Look into the well of memory. Look into the well of time. Look into the well of ages.
I rose, you are mine. Listen to the ancient stories. Listen to the ancient songs. Listen to the ancient wisdom. I go on, you go on. Deep within our hearts are beating. Deep within our hearts we know. Our descendants will remember. Our love flows, your love flows. Fearless forebears, proficient pioneers. These are our prayers for you. And so, my friends, we have given our love and our wealth to the enduring guardians and the unforgotten leaders and to our own beloved dead. Now, let our voices arise on the fire. Let our voices sound in the well. Let our voices echo from here to the realms beyond. American heroes, antecedents of America, beloved dead, accept our sacrifice.
Accept our sacrifice.
O fierce forebears and proficient pioneers, and you beloved dead, we have given you our praise and our offerings, and now we ask that you indulge us as we offer to those others who have joined us today. May you bless us as you bless them. My friends, now that our guests of honor have received the lion's share of our bounty, if there are any other offerings to be made to the mighty kindreds assembled among us, deities, nature spirits, or ancestors, you may take a moment to come forward and do so. All the rest of the stuff is for the online people who aren't here. Any personal offerings, now's the time. Patrons, anything? Wherever it is most appropriate, don't forget we have lots of shrines where offerings can travel to where you need them. Nobody's doing it. Go ahead.
This offering is for my family dog, Sammy Allen, who me and Mom had to put down and say goodbye to. Even today, he still helps when he can, even if I cannot see him or feel him. My mother, who has seen him at any time after we said our goodbyes. If you choose to stay around to help further, we thank you. Saying goodbye so you can cross over and be a puppy once more if you choose so. Sammy Allen, thank you. Accept my sacrifice.
Okay. Accept this sacrifice. Accept this sacrifice. Accept this sacrifice.
I make this offering to Apollo. Apollo, accept the sacrifice.
Accept this sacrifice. Accept this sacrifice. Is it wine yet? Pour it around to the edge. Accept this sacrifice.
This sacrifice.
What do you want? Sure. Accept this sacrifice.
His sacrifice.
Well, you don't need to come over. I was just pointing to it. We're back to a trickle again. I wonder if we're leaking somewhere.
To Baymax, Allura, and Xylobar by personal deities, siblings of the sun, light my way as I blaze a path forward. Accept my sacrifice.
Accept this sacrifice. Any other personal offerings? Please be seated. Is this what happens when you sit next to John Stanley?
Let us be silent a moment. Let us breathe. Let our hearts listen. Let our minds be open. Let our spirits be receptive. The kindreds are gathered close around us, and there is a story to be told.
The story tonight is not my story. So let us relax, close our eyes for a moment, take a deep breath. And if you can, put a finger on your pulse, on your wrist, on your throat, wherever's a good place to find that pulse. Find your heartbeat. This is the blood of your ancestors running through your veins. Family, friends, the awesome ones, the jerky ones, the total assholes, all of them. Even the saints are running through your veins. And that is the heart you feel. That is the blood pumping. Feel that. Listen to it. Tonight we are on the cusp between the summertime and the wintertime, closer to winter, past the fall. And this is a time, believe it or not, of darkness. In the darkness is where our ancestors reside, under the ground, in the flames, beyond the sea, wherever they are, listen to them. These are our ancestors, and these are their stories. Grandmothers, grandfathers, great, don't know their names, grandfathers and grandmothers. All the people who have put up with all the things to give us a place where we are today. A little bit of money, not a lot of money, scraping by, a little bit of potatoes, maybe some onions. All the things that made us so that we could survive to this place we are today. Feel that in your heart. Feel that pumping. And listen. And if there are any stories you'd like to share about your own ancestors, somebody you know, a story, a thing they did that was funny or endearing or just plain stupid, take a moment, think about it, and if you'd like to share, go ahead and share it, because this is our time together with them. This is our time to listen to their stories, not my stories. And if not, we'll just take a quiet moment. So if you have somebody, if anybody wants to share a story, now's the time. What time is your bus due?
Right,
It's 5:15. They're here already.
I was talking to my mother about my grandmother. I didn't really know her. She was the sort of person my mom said I would have liked to have known. We had a lot in common. But the story, I was kind of asking about her sense of humor. And apparently, my mom said this is kind of like the quintessential joke that her mom would make. So when my mom was pregnant with me, actually, my dad had to park super far away from the hospital, and my grandmother at the time was super disabled. She wasn't going to be walking anywhere. And then my mother was like pregnant, like out to here. So he's like, I'm gonna go walk to the car and I'll drive around up front. So they were waiting up front, and apparently some guy pulled up to them and asked them, how much for the both of you? And my grandmother, without me missing a beat, says, if you have to ask, you don't have enough.
Gavin's gonna get you a plate real quick.
So now I know where I get it from.
John, flag him down. Sorry, we've got an emergency. The bus is 15 minutes early. Gavin is getting some food. Anybody else have a story they'd like to share of family who've passed on? Or awesome.
When my dad was dying, and he hated musicals, absolutely hated them. My brother is an actor and he loves musicals, and he always did musicals, and he was always singing and dancing, and my dad would be like, knock it off. So when my dad was dying, and we were all sitting around the bed, and we're all being real sad and everything, and so my mom goes, because my mom's Catholic, she's like, is there a priest that can come in? And they're like, yeah, we'll go get him. So he comes in and he starts talking, and all of a sudden, for some unknown reason, he breaks into this musical number. And we all stopped and looked at him, and we all busted out laughing. And he looked at us like we were mental, but we knew that was Dad going, oh dear God, stop it already, I'll go. Bye, Jason. It's nice to finally meet you in person.
Don't forget your cup.
It's my cup.
Oh, yours? Nice straw. Nice and sturdy.
That's why I gave it to him. Gavin's getting him a plate of food real quick. I don't have a story of when they were alive so much, but my grandmother was in her 80s when she passed away from pneumonia a couple years back. 17 years back. Okay, it's a little bit more than a couple years. Anyways, she showed up in my dream one time to inform me, and apparently even my dad didn't know this. Apparently my grandmother always wanted to play tennis when she was a young lady, but unfortunately in the 30s and the 20s, when she was the person of the house, she was too busy looking after children and never got to do the things that she wanted to do. So here she is talking to me in a dream from the other world and informing me that she doesn't have much time to say hello because she's got another doubles that she's going to play tennis match for in a few minutes. And even when I asked my dad, he had no idea that my grandmother played tennis. So sometimes the stories we hear and the messages we hear aren't always in the person. It's the things that we get to look forward to afterwards. We're gonna give Jason just a second here. Sorry, Jason.
Well, there was a story. When I met my grandmother, well, my grandma, maybe when I was born, but when I met my grandmother for the first time, about 9 months, I think it was about 9 months before she passed, she was 97. And so we were there for her birthday. So it was just me, my dad, and she was living with her other son, my uncle Don. And she was sitting on a couch eating a piece of toast. And my dad said, "You know what today is?" And she said, "No." He said, "What? Today's your birthday." He said, "It is." He said, "You know how old you are?" And she said, "No." And he said, "You're 97." I said, "I'm 97." And she looked down at her toes and said, "Well, I guess I better hurry up and eat this fast."
In previous years, we would set out tables. There would be tables all through the ritual space, and we'd actually serve dinner during ritual. And we stopped doing that because people kept showing up and not donating to help cover the cost of food. So if I had known it was just going to be us handful, we could have totally set the tables up and had dinner here. But we're almost done. As soon as Jason gets loaded on the bus, we will continue on to the next thing.
My nana was she has 3 daughters, and she lived in an apartment in Boston. And so the whole family went to her house, and she was in the hospital, and then they went to the hospital, and they went back to the house. So after she died, everybody, my grandma was hilariously funny. So everybody's sitting around, and they're all being sad, and first it starts with one person. Remember the time she did, and they told some funny story. And went all the way around the whole room. Pretty quick, they were all crying, but laughing so hard. And my mom goes, "I wonder what the neighbors think."
Right. Gavin, did you have any stories you wanted to share before we move to the next thing?
My grandfather, who is the name Boyle, same as me, my father's father, said that pointed out that we were descended from the family of Sir Robert Boyle, who did the Boyle law of gases. Like if you double the pressure, you half the volume on an amount of gas. And it says he experimented with gases. And my grandfather always said, and gassy people have, people with a lot of gas and talk, have been running in the family ever since.
There you go. John, any stories before I wrap up?
My love of knives comes from my father, but not intentionally. He would never loan, and he never wanted me to own a firearm, so he would buy me knives. Now, I never understood that, considering that, he wouldn't let me have a gun because I have a bad temper. Okay, so he was afraid I'd get mad and shoot him. I go, "Dad, I can sneak up on you and stab you." And he goes, "No, I'd hear you coming." I go, "You sure about that?" I go, "I can throw a knife about as good as I can shoot." Which, to tell you the truth, I can shoot better. But I think because he wouldn't let me have a firearm, is I got better at shooting because he didn't like it. In fact, I got my first shotgun. I was so happy. He'd got me a guitar for Christmas one year. My sister was supposed to teach me. She's a year and something younger than me. She goes, I forgot. So I'm like, well, I don't know how to use a guitar. So I went and traded a buddy for a shotgun. So I was so proud of it, brought it home, showed my dad, and he goes, that guitar was more than that gun. I go, yeah, but I don't know how to use that. I know how to use this. I think it was because of him how I learned to sharpen knives. Because I hate a dull knife. It hurts.
Ghosts sneaking into our space. So we have given our sacrifices and spent time with our kindreds. Now, Seer, what messages have the kindreds for us?
The ancestors speak. Even though gold, silver, and other precious metals may glitter, it is not those metals, however shiny they may be, to attract us. That is not the real gift. It is knowledge, precisely how it is used to benefit others for the sake of the community. The nature spirits speak of a message that has come along on the tides of our gifts to our ancestors, and to do our best to live in the bounds of nature, be responsible to our environment, and as the need arises, to clean house, just politically. The Shining Ones come as a sage through owls native to our land. Speak honestly to each other, to our neighbors, those near and far across continents and oceans. And finally, message from death. Some things we may encounter but not be for us, but it could be for someone relevant to us, our neighbor, one yet to meet. Do not crack this fortune cookie open. That is the message of our kindreds.
The omen is good. Settle yourselves, my friends. Take a deep breath. The ways stand open before us. Roads and whirling ways that reach into the far realms. And amongst us here and beyond the borders, there is a crowd looking on with love. As we have given our sacrifices of songs, poems, fine oils and alcohols, and stories, and praise to the kindreds, now we will ask for them to deliver their blessings to us in return. We know that these blessings will be magnified many times by their greatness. And now, as you are able, stand and speak truly. Is it your will to receive the blessings of the kindreds? Will you accept these blessings without remorse, recrimination, or regret?
We will.
Then ask of your own free will.
Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters.
Give us
The waters.
Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Mighty ancestors, we meet you at your shrine with this vessel that you may fill to overflowing with your blessings.
The waters. Give us the waters.
Give
us the waters.
Give
Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters.
Give us the waters. Nature spirits, we meet you at your shrine with this vessel that you may fill it to overflowing with your blessings.
Give us
Give
the
us the
waters.
Give
Give
us
us
the
the
waters.
waters. Give us the waters.
Give us the waters.
Give us the waters. Give us the waters.
Mighty
Give us the
deities,
waters.
we meet
Give
you
us
at
the
the
waters.
crossroads with this vessel
Give us the
that you may
waters.
fill it to
Give us
overflowing
the
with your
waters.
blessings.
Give us the waters. 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 Give us
Noble American heroes,
give us the waters.
we present this vessel to you that you might fill it to overflowing with your blessings. Give us the waters. 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 This vessel is filled to overflowing, a glowing
Give us the waters.
container
The waters.
of
Give us
blessings.
the waters.
Behold the waters of life.
Behold the waters of life.
Now please join me in addressing the guests by reading aloud the words of affirmation from the order of service in the front of your songbook. Not yet. Not yet. Ancestors of America and beloved dead, shining ones, noble ones, ancient ones, we stand before you with pride, honor, and friendship, and accept these blessings which you have given. And now we give the first of these blessings to the patron of all Druidry. No, you're right. To a patron of all Druidry. And to the patron of our grove.
Stretch. Cockroach.
That those who support us may share in our fortunes. And we pour out this blessing for those of the folk and the members of our grove who could not be with us today through no fault of their own. May these blessings reach them, no matter where they are. And now let us share in the waters of life.
I didn't use the book. No, I didn't use the book. Okay. Oh, Steve.
Are you channeling somebody with that? Are you channeling somebody with that? Smart aleckness.
Actually, that's out.
Somebody get Gavin a cup. You're awesome.
Huh. There just happened to be enough.
Gavin is masterful with the dispensation of the blessings. The waters of life. Waters of life.
Close.
Oh.
I like this one. Abel Senior.
That looks really nice.
Smooth.
Yeah, we're on it. Give me. And so this rite And so this rite draws to a close. Let us thank all those who. You're only like 6 hours late. Well, she must miss the time on the shot. Let us thank all those who accepted our invitation and hospitality tonight, beginning with our guests of honor. And I'm going to say the goodbye for this one. Maybe. If it won't light, it won't light. It's not vegetable oil. It's not the right oil. Yeah, but lamp oil needs a wick. The lamp oil is too liquid to light on its own, especially with this breeze. I saw the light fade from the sky. On the wind, I heard a sigh. And as the snowflakes cover my fallen brothers, I would say this last goodbye. Night is now falling, so ends this day. The road is now calling, and I must away. Over hill and under tree, through lands where never light had shone, by silver streams that run down to the sea. Under clouds, beneath the stars, over snow on winter's moon, I turn at last to paths that lead home. And though where the road then takes me, I cannot tell. We came all this way, but now comes the day to bid you farewell. Many places I have been, many sorrows I have seen, but I don't forget, nor will I forget all the road, all who took that road with me. Night is now falling, so ends this day. The road is now calling, and I must away. Over hill and under tree, through lands where never light had shone, by silver streams that run down to the sea. And to these memories I will hold, and with your blessing I will go, to turn at last to paths that lead home. And though where the road then takes me, I cannot tell, but we came all this way, and now comes the day to bid you farewell. I bid you all a very fond farewell. Enduring Guardians, we thank you.
Dear guys, we thank you.
Unforgotten leaders, we thank you.
Leaders, we thank you.
Beloved dead, we thank you.
Beloved, we thank you.
Now Nancy will address the Sacred Center.
You can start. Shining ones, eldest and brightest, we thank you for walking among us today. As this rite is ending, we give you this gift in parting, given out of love, asking nothing in return. Shining ones, we thank you.
Shining ones, we thank you. And Gavin will talk to the nature spirits. Let's leave it. Sun has set. It's okay.
Spirits of the earth, fully manifest on this mortal plane. We thank you for your presence in the sanctuary today. We know that you remain among us always, felt, though rarely seen. But as this rite is ending, we give you this gift in parting, given out of love and asking nothing in return. Nature spirits, we thank you.
Nature spirits, we thank you. And finally, John at our Ancestor Shrine.
Mighty ancestors, spirits of those gone before, we thank you for joining us here today. As this rite is ending, we give you this gift in parting, given out of love and asking nothing in return. Ancestors, we thank you.
Ancestors, we thank you. Seem to be oh, there it is. Lady Liberty, Gatekeeper, you have stood with us at this crossroads, and your keen observations have kept the fires and the waters safely contained to their tasks. Your mastery of the keys has kept us safe from those who would travel to this sanctuary to disrupt our worship. And you have made it easier for our beloved kindreds to find their way to our sanctuary as our guests. And you have seen each of them safely back to their own realms. For all of this and more, we thank you.
Liberty, we thank you.
Now Ray has some last words for our gatekeeper.
Now, defiant chain breaker, our right has come to an end, and we have no more to ask of you at this time. Before you depart, though, please accept this final gift, given out of love, asking nothing in return. For shining liberty, we thank you.
For shining liberty, we thank you. And now, as our rite comes to an end, this giant skull is no longer needed to guide travelers. But we'll leave it there anyways. The connections to the ways, too, are no longer needed at this nexus. So let us calm the energies. Let us close the ways so that the veils between the realms may fall into place. And Ray, you and I are first on this.
Fire, gift from the skies above, still the whirlwind, and let the fiery tunnel collapse. Calm the twist, calm the burn.
Calm the twist, calm the burn, 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 calm the twist, calm the burn,
calm the twist, calm. Let the water be closed. Mighty waters, soothing balm of the world, fill the whirlpool and let the watery tunnel collapse. Calm the churn, calm the turn, calm the churn, calm the turn, calm the churn, calm the turn. Let the rushing walls of liquid collapse inward until there is naught but a steady flow. And calm the churn, calm the turn, calm the churn, calm the turn, calm the churn, calm the turn. Let the current slow and spread, dissolving into gentle lap and suck of water against its boundaries. Calm the churn, calm the turn, calm the churn, calm the turn, calm the turn. Let the way to the netherworld, the domain of the earth deities, be closed.
Let the way be closed.
Enchanted cloak, first veil of life, restore the charm and let the pleats fall flat. Compress the stretch and tack the tear.
Compress the stretch, tack the tear. Compress the stretch, tack the tear.
Let the
Compress
fabric
the
be
stretch,
sewn until
tack
there is
the
naught
tear.
but a seam between.
Compress the stretch, tack the tear. Compress the stretch, tack the tear.
And let the
Compress the
severed
stretch,
threads rejoin,
tack the tear.
resolving the
Compress the
single
stretch,
shimmering
tack
blind.
the tear. Compress the stretch, tack the tear. Compress the stretch, tack the tear.
Let the gate to the ethereal world,
tack
the
the
realm of the
tear.
noble ones,
Compress the
be
stretch.
closed.
Let the gate be closed.
Dark soil, last cover of the day. Release the abyss and let the shearing walls unite. Still the shift, mend the rend.
Still the shift, mend the rend. Still the shift, mend the rend. Still the shift, mend the rend.
Let the
Still
bedrock
the shift,
reform until
mend the
there's
rend.
not but foundation
Still the
alone.
shift, mend the rend. Still the shift, mend the rend. Still the shift, mend the rend. Still the shift, mend the rend.
And let the
Still the
loosened
shift,
loam fall back,
mend the rend.
resolving into a
Still the
bounded
shift,
blanket of memory.
mend the rend. Still the shift, mend the rend. Still the shift, mend the rend.
Let the
Still
gate
the
to the
shift,
underworld, the
mend
realm of
the
the
rend.
dead, be
Let
closed.
the gates be closed. The fountain has returned. The fire pit has returned. The shrines are again but stone. And thus the ways are closed.
The ways are closed.
And so this rite comes to an end. The kindred have returned to their realms. The ways are closed. And yet the hallows remain. Well, fire pit and shrines, tangible symbols of the cosmos as it was in the beginning, as it is now, as it shall forever remain. When we depart this sanctuary, may these hallows echo in our minds, in our hearts, in our spirits, that they may continue to connect to the realms beyond our own. And now, there are just a few last thank yous to be given before we depart, beginning with Jason's part at our patron shrine. Who will help us out with that? Just the bottom half. Nope. Shrine.
Clever luck bringer.
Bottom.
No, right there.
Yep. Sorry.
Clever luck bringer, even as your shrine remains in our sanctuary, so it is that you stay or go regardless of the ways between realms. Except though, this final gift today, given out of love and asking nothing in return. Hermes, we thank you.
Hermes, we thank you. And finally, we thank our host, the great grandmother of many. Let us never forget that she will always care for us so long as we remember and care for her in return. And so one last time I say, Earth Mother, we thank you.
Earth Mother, we thank you.
And now let us go forth into the world as kith, carrying with us the blessings of the kindreds and a spark of the energies of the realms. So be it. This rite is ended.
So this rite is ended.
Walk with wisdom from this hallowed place. Walk not in sorrow, our shall our embrace. May strength be your brother, and honor be your friend, and luck be your lover, until we meet again. Huzzah!
The cloud up there looks like an eagle. Where I did a moment ago a lot more. I mean, that just
Maybe. I was
looked
just
like
going to say the sunset on this side is rather beautiful as well.
gorgeous as well, but that looked like an eagle perched on a branch. Where it looks less now, but like during the end there when we were talking, it's like, I felt like
Very,
an eagle
very
was
cool.
watching us.
Thank you. I don't even know where this came from. I'm losing my other pen.
While he was talking, it really looked like an eagle, and now it's kind of fading. But it was
All right, so there's dinner inside. So get the tabards hung up, put up, make sure the fire is covered up, make sure all the fountains and fires are turned off.
sometimes it is.
I am going to go end the ritual. I don't know that Reagan stayed. Looks like she popped up. But I suspect she thought it said 5:30 instead of 3:30. Now I feel like I need to go check all the advertisements.